Dr. Carson, two things. Describe your decision-making process. And who are the people you'll be surrounding yourself with?
Okay.
You're in that position to be our executive leader.
What is my decision-making process, and who are the people I would surround myself with? I always like to ask 4 questions. What is the best thing that happens if I do this? What is the worst thing that happens if I do this? What is the best thing that happens if I don't do this? And what is the worst thing that happens if I don't do this? In fact, I wrote a book called Take the Risk that talks about how do you make decisions. 4 questions. It forces you to consider the consequences. It makes a big difference. In terms of who you surround yourself with, you know, I obviously would not surround myself with people who are just yes people. I think that's the worst thing that you can do. You have to have people who have different opinions about how things should be done, but typically people of accomplishment. One of the things that I've asked Terry Giles to do, who was our campaign chairman, is to interview amazing people. We're getting just amazing people who will come on board after we win, God willing, because we want to change our government from this inefficient behemoth to a well-run business, because that's what the people of America deserve. And right now, it is incredibly inefficient. You know, for instance, you know, we rent 500 million square feet of office space using taxpayers' money, our government does, and we have 77,000 buildings that we don't use or underutilize them that are government property. That makes absolutely no sense. That's just one of the multiple things that we do that's wasteful. And, you know, there are programs that we apply in the business world, like the Lean Six Sigma program. Some of you may be familiar with that. That Toyota used it, 3M used it, Apple Computer, to turn operations around and make them efficient. And we even have applied it to a couple of government programs, like the vehicles that were being made to resist the IEDs. But we could only make 5 of them per day, even though the demand was, you know, like we needed 1,500. And they applied the Lean Six Sigma program, and overnight they went from 5 to 50 a day, and cost 25% less to do it. I mean, and as inefficient as our government is, I think we could easily achieve enormous reductions in waste and high efficiency. The other thing that I'm thinking very seriously about doing is adding a covert division of people who look like people in this room, who monitor what government people do. And we make it possible to fire government people. I think just knowing that that person who just came in the door might be one of those people will have a profound effect on the efficiency of the government. But the other thing that I wanted to do, in addition to people who have accomplished amazing things helping us transform into a business model, is I want to have something I call a citizens council. It's about 300 people, ordinary citizens, because I want to hear what they think about everything that goes on. Because the key thing for me is recognize that this country is supposed to be based on the people. It's not supposed to be based on the government. And the government is there for a specific purpose. And one of the first things that I would do is call a joint session of Congress and make sure that they understand that we work for the people don't work for us. And we have to begin to reform our ways to reflect that. Because I believe, from what I can see as I travel across this country, the American people are possessed of common sense. And, you know, that's how we got to be so great so quickly. And as we've thrown the common sense away and let small interest groups control things, we've gone off the rails, and we need to get back on